Presentation about hypothesis formulation, type 1 and type 2 errors. Disclaimer: as far as statistics cannot be 100% reliable, and not because you have a result, it means it has to match with the general idea of reality. There is variables that have to be taken in consideration. There is always some sampling error involved when using data from samples to make inferences. All sample statistics can have some errors to some extent. In some cases, errors can lead to catastrophic consequences such as life or death or reversible changes. The red zone hypothesis 1. Let's say you find yourself in the red zone in Albion. You're walking, heading to entrance A that leads to a different red zone, but you suddenly notice a skull near the entrance, which means someone died there, and you start questioning the possibilities. Possibility A: it could have been a solo player killing another player, and you think it's no big deal, and you proceed to go near the entrance. Possibility B: it could have been a group of gankers that are camping the red zone. That are camping that zone and killing anyone that lands a foot there. Then you start inferring that it's dangerous to go there, and you think about taking a different route. The red zone hypothesis too. Let's take a look at what else might go wrong. You see the skull on the map near the entrance that you want to go, indicating that someone died there. Your thought process is that there is a bunch of gankers. Reject the assumption, null hypothesis. That most likely is a solo kill. You're scared, therefore you walk to a different entrance that leads to the map zone that you want to go. You realize as you're walking to the alternative route that there is only a red in the map, and you see it, and therefore you wasted your time by heading to the alternative route. Type 1 error: rejection of the assumption slash null hypothesis when it should not have been rejected incorrectly, rejecting the null hypothesis that everything is under the norm slash status quo. The red zone hypothesis 3. Let's take a look at what else might go wrong. You see the skull on the map near the entrance that you want to go, indicating that someone died there. You think it's some solo player that died. It doesn't matter. You can carry on, and you head to the entrance where it's the skull. You see one red player enemy. You proceed going forwards, thinking that everything will be fine. Suddenly, you hear footsteps getting closer to you. You see 6 players appearing out of nowhere. Turns out they were under the effect of invisibility. You try to fight them off, but there are too many and you stand no chance. Consecutively, the enemy players in the red zone kill you and you lose all your items in your inventory. Type 2 error: failure to reject the assumption, null hypothesis, when it should have been rejected incorrectly, nor rejecting the null hypothesis. The red zone hypothesis 4. Conclusion: the null hypothesis. Regardless of the skull on the map, everything is fine and it's only a solo player. I will be able to go through that entrance without dying. Alternative hypothesis: the skull near the entrance of the map indicates that there is gankers, and if I walk through there, I might be at risk of getting ganked and killed. The unknown hypothesis: if the Albion servers are running smoothly, second by second, the employees monitoring the servers do not detect any flaws, bugs, or anomalies. The servers will keep running as usual, but when they find an issue in the system, they're meant to shut down the server temporarily, and fix it. The employee's job is basically pinpoint down when something is not under control. The assumption is that Albion servers are working correctly at all times. Under status quo, when the employee sees a flaw, the employee shuts down the server. If the server is shut down, the employee is rejecting the assumption that the servers are error-free, rejecting the null. If the servers are not shut down, the worker is not rejecting the assumption that the servers are error-free, therefore their null hypothesis remains supported. The unknown hypothesis 2. What if the server is shut down, rejection of the null hypothesis, and there was no errors in the system? It's a false alarm. In this case, the employee committed type 1 error. Type 1 error is a wrongful rejection of the hypothesis when it should not be rejected. The unknown hypothesis 2. What if the server is not shut down, therefore supporting the null hypothesis, but something is actually wrong with the Albion servers? In this case, the worker committed the type 2 error. Type 2 errors is wrongfully supported of the null hypothesis when it should have been rejected. The undone hypothesis. Conclusion. Null hypothesis. Everything is under control. The servers are working as intended under the norm. Therefore, there should be no technical or systematic issues. Alternative hypothesis. The servers are not working as intended. They have to be shut down. There is a bug, issue, or other variable negatively affecting the servers. Therefore, the server needs to be shut down and fixed.